Another thing too. There are times when circumstances really put you in a position where you cannot afford a lawyer, you cannot afford a consultant, you cannot afford, you know, any kind of advice. You just have to, you must have a backup plan. Hopefully you've had a backup plan before. And I'll give you an example. In my family business, I was young at the time, in 1990, coup. When they had the 1990 coup, we were virtually wiped out, virtually wiped out. All our stock was looted, every single thing, every single thing. We had nothing, right? And what you do in a case like that?
Did you have insurance?
No.
Well, if you had a consultant,
Knowing nothing, there was nothing, right? And even if you had insurance, there's that little fine clause that you know, whatever.
Yeah, act of God, you're right.
Right? Yeah.
Then you need a lawyer.
Right.
Take it out.
Right? And but failure was not an option because that's your family, that's family's bread and butter. Failure was not an option. And how you recover from that, right? How you come home, how you look at your children, how you send them to school, whatever it is, how you bring this business back up together again. And they were able to do it. And there's a challenge in family business. Some people might get daunted by it and say, oh, drop your hands and fail. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be in a family business, if that is what it takes, that's the kind of gut and will and passion, that failure is not an option. Because failure is not your failure. Failure is the entire family failure, which is not possible.
So, well, thank you. As we move on towards the open Q&A session, I would just like for Moderates to help us answer one question, which is actually based on some of the research that we have been conducting at the school on SMEs. What do you think are the factors that will be critical to significantly increase the competitiveness of SMEs?
Okay. Well, I think we have heard a lot from our panel this evening. And if I can summarize, in essence, what they have said as critical factors, and these will be critical also in improving in competitiveness. One, we see and compliment to their forefathers in allowing that in this business. One, we see the establishment of structure, formal business structure in the operation of the business. Two, we saw the openness in getting assistance from the outside. So they get past that distrust that is usual for family business and say, here, in order for us to move forward, we need help. We need some assistance. This might be beyond. We are into buying and selling, not designing contracts. So they were able to get that. Thirdly, and very importantly, the idea of succession, the idea of growing the business, the idea of taking this generation beyond generation is not about passing on a physical business. It is not about passing on the walls and the stocks and the bank account, but it's about passing on a value system for that business. What I'm hearing from the panel here, is that succession, passing on that baton when you're not looking, is about telling your next generation, transmitting to that next generation, what is the value system? What does it take? What is the good? What is the bad? What does business stand for? Where we are headed? What is the philosophy to take this business forward? Added to that, and putting it within the context of Trinidad and Tobago, we need to start seeing business as something as futuristic, something not as a means towards getting our successors into professions, but something to take the family forward. Having gotten to that realization, we must then have this clear demarcation between what is family and what is business, so that we establish professional structures, professional management principles, so you can get away from some of the who you're sleeping next to and what you're speaking about in the business. And once we have gotten past that in this competitiveness ladder, we have seen this business for generations. We have proper structures in place. We have to start thinking about beyond the shores of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. We have to see a larger philosophy, a larger purpose. And once we have gotten to that now, then we have to think in terms of innovation, entrepreneurship. One of the areas that Caribbean businesses, and we have seen it year after year after year in the Global Competitiveness Survey, is that we fall badly when it comes to innovation and innovating. And innovation is not about coming up with an idea. We tend to think that innovation means, we have a good idea. We create a lot of music, a lot of new things, but it is never taken to market. Innovation is about creating that new thing, creating the processes and the structure, the market to take that successfully to fill that value gap. It might take us some time, but I think it is something we should be aiming for in the long run.
Thank you very much. So we're going to open the panel towards Q&A. Please, yes. Well, we get that. One very important lesson is that if I want to open a family business, I have to have an extra bedroom. Yeah. Go ahead. Yes. Your name, sir? Where are you coming from?
My name is Anil Khan. This is my brother here.
My brother.
My brother here. And I have another brother as well. One question I have about succession. First of all, it takes a special kind of person to build a business from nothing. And success makes that particular person very protective of their business. So first of all, it's very difficult to convince somebody that you even need to pass on anything. I like the stages of succession. One of the other questions, is it a cop-out by the founder if he says, you know what, listen, 33 and a 30% for everybody, if you all have problems, you have to sort it out. But that is how it's going to be. It's going to be 33 and a third, I'm not saying that each sibling shouldn't have an equal amount, but equal say in running. And with brothers, we always have problems. And it's difficult with business, and so when he's gone and he's not there to hold us together, and we each have an equal say, what are we going to do? Is that a good idea, or should some, should he put something different in place? Not with respect to ownership, but respect to how decisions are made and how the company is taken forward. Thank you.
If I may, I think you're actually very lucky because you know in advance what this ownership is, right? So you're very lucky, you know it. I don't think, we don't know each other, so with all due respect, you don't need your father to tell you how to run the business. Because, like you said, wanted, you guys sort it out. One is big men. So you guys amongst yourself can say, you all are going to be equal partners. You'll say, here what? What is my strength? What is your weakness? How do I cover it? We're all not the same people. We're from the same blood, but we're not the same person. So how can we now build on each other's strengths and minimize our weaknesses to be the best for everybody? One brother may want to be in the business. Say, hey, what? This is the kind of misconception. I always tell people, you want to be in this business, or do you want to be a shareholder? You could be a shareholder and get dividends. Make sure you have proper accounting and finances, so you have the financials, but you may have no interest. So I would say, I have different opinions, but it sounds to me like your father is doing, to me, a very good thing. He's telling you right now he wants equality, and that's very normal, but he wants you all to sort it out. And I think he's giving you the chance. He's still around. You may come to him and say, Dad, this is what we have as an internal governance structure for us. You think it works? You may want his consent, you may not. That's up to you all personally. But in the end of the day, he's actually showing you all a road.